We're gonna get this started with some fun and games. So they get to keep throwing until they hit something, and then they can buy that thing. Oh my goodness! Hustlers! It is hot here in Georgia, to say the least. My camera just overheated. That is so cold. Like, it's almost like it's got ice on it compared to the heat out here. Honestly, that might be one of the better bottles of MGP I've ever had. It is a hot day here in Bethlehem, Georgia, but we're here for the Turtle Creek Whiskey Festival. There are already a lot of folks here. Like, it is just kicking off. We're gonna get this started with some fun and games. Apparently, if you can throw a dart, you can buy whiskey. How good of a dart thrower are you?
These darts? Yeah. Not very. I should have brought my darts.
I don't think they let you do that. Like, you can't go to the carnival and bring your own basketballs.
I know.
Can I get somebody to throw for me?
I don't mind cheating, but it's not my game. So I don't, like, whatever you want to do.
So
I'm not gonna police it that hard. Cost them nothing.
Cost them nothing.
They just wait in line, throw 1 dart, 2 darts, 7 darts. What's the rules?
Until they hit something.
So they get to keep throwing until they hit something.
Yes.
And then they can buy that thing.
Yes.
Or they cannot buy that thing.
That's correct.
What if they decide to not buy that thing? Then there's no more balloon for that thing.
Then it's gone.
Can somebody else behind them buy that thing from them?
No.
Just the person who
Just
threw
the
the
person,
dart.
yes.
Can they have somebody else throw the dart for them?
Yes.
What are you going for?
29.
What's on 29?
Stag.
So you want the Stag?
I want the Stag.
Now, right beside the 29 Stag is a Russell's 15.
Right.
Right beside that is a Heaven Hill 18. And that is the largest balloon. Largest balloon out here is a Heaven Hill 18. But you're going for Stag right there. So each one of these is corresponding to a particular bottle of whiskey.
Or a prize.
Let's look and see what we got going on here.
Yeah, 55 down are the prizes, it looks like.
So are you going to actually aim for 29? Or are you going to aim for 16 and hope, or maybe 15? You're right-handed?
I'm right-handed, but
We got,
bum elbow.
so you're going to want to aim for 17 here and hope the drop-off gets you there? Is that what you're going for?
I have a hard time not focusing on them.
You're going to lob, or you're going to try to throw it straight?
A little bit of both.
All right, going for 29 right here. Let's see what he gets. Ah, he hit 30 and didn't pop it.
Number 17. What is number 17?
1792, 12 year.
Hey, that's not a bad consolation prize. What are we going for?
Ideally, I'm going to get this Blanton straight from the barrel.
What number?
36. 'cause I've been trying to
36.
get it.
That's a big balloon.
I've got single barrel E.H. Taylor at home, but anything above this between the Russell's 15 and the...
Now, what-
so basically anything on that line, I'll be happy with.
What did you learn from his throw?
You got to throw it hard.
Put some oomph in it.
Which means it's not going to be accurate.
Let's do it.
24. What'd you get?
Old Forester barrel proof.
You happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
What are we going for?
We're going for 16.
16. What's that? What
That's
bottle?
the Weller CYB.
Oh, okay. There you go. Oh, no. Oh, look at you. Right on target. Beautiful. What are you going for?
I don't care.
You just anything. You just
Well,
going to randomly.
I'm just trying to hit it.
Okay. So there's no 8. What's 8?
The orange label Weller.
Okay, there you go. 8. Oh, ooh, that's up high. Oh, my goodness. Hustlers. Professional. Does that add pressure?
Oh, yeah.
When they both hit the exact number they were going for?
Exactly.
What number are you trying to get?
Well, they took care of it.
They already got the ones you wanted.
Go for the
Okay.
Heaven Hill 18 or Russell's 15. So
Oh,
31
okay.
or 30.
Oh, 18 it is. What'd you get?
Old Forester single barrel. We'll
Single
take
barrel
it.
rye. What are we going for? What are we trying to
Let's
hit?
go on 2021.
What's the barrel? What's the bottle?
Stag Junior or Foolproof. Weller Foolproof.
All right, that's pretty good options there. Look at you.
Stag Junior.
All right, where are we at? What are we going for?
I think
What
I'm
do
going
you
to do the same thing he was
Are you also a professional darts player?
No, not quite.
Oh, hey, you got lucky. That 34 saved you. Oh, look there. 21. Apparently, this game is easier than it looked like it was going to be. We're like 50% of the people hitting exactly what they want. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I can't find the Brampton. I want it.
You can't find a what?
No, there it is. Go ahead.
You found it?
Yeah, there it is.
Straight from the barrel. 36. Oh, okay. 49. Where we at?
E. Taylor.
Single barrel. That's a pretty good consolation prize right there. You look like a guy that knows his way around a dartboard.
You don't know me that well, then.
Okay, all right. You just look like that guy. Y'all are very similar looking. What are you going for? That way you can't claim. That way you can't claim later. You taking that Heaven Hill 18? You ever had it?
Nope.
Oh, it's so good.
29 and 30.
Okay. Look at you. Look at you. This is not even a contest. 30 now, is that what you're going for?
I'm going 30.
You know 30's over there, right? That was 32. Hey, 30's this green one right. Whoa. Don't throw it. Don't throw it. I just want to make sure you know. This one's 30 right here. Okay, this one right here is 30, okay?
I just haven't played darts in a while.
Look at you. Look at you. See, once I pointed it out, you were good. All right, where are we going? What do you?
I'm going for 36.
36. And you got 37.
Old Forester.
Barrel proof single or store pick. Get it. Oh, I thought you had it. That looked good. That looked good.
What'd I get?
You got a Weller 12 year. You got a hopeful here?
36.
36. Are you going for that same one? Oh, perfect, man. Come on. You know you've thrown a dart before. Number 1 up there is a Weller 12 year. Oh, number 2, Stag Jr.
All right, I just want to hit you.
You want to hit me? You stand over here then. I'm not going to talk any trash to her. She said she wanted to hit me with a dart.
Brewzle.
What's up, man? How are you?
How you doing, sir?
All right. You got one you're hoping for?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of the Jack 10 or the Jack 12.
Jack 10 or 12. What numbers are those?
45, 46.
45 sort. Okay, right here. There you go. Go for 45. That's my lucky number. Had good aim on it there. Look at you. Easy peasy.
Jack 12.
Yeah, that's a good bottle. Anything you're looking for up here? Can you throw a dart?
We'll see.
So no. 26. There's a Russell 15 right there. Good throw. The answer was yes. You can throw darts. Oh!
What was it? 56.
You look like you had some pent-up aggression you took out on that one. I'm gonna be honest. They look like that one. I'm just saying. That looked like the therapy toss right there. It is hot here in Georgia, to say the least. My camera just overheated while we were filming the balloon game, so had to give it a little bit of a break. While I was giving it a break, we got whiskey.
This is Remedy Distilleries, 4.5-year, 90 proof, small batch single barrel. Really, really good stuff. So we're located right in Gainesville, Georgia. We just want to get your opinion.
That must have been in your car. That is so cold. Like it's almost like it's got ice on it compared to the heat out
It came
here.
straight out of the warehouse to the distillery.
That's really nice though. We typically like stuff that gets up to around that 6-year mark.
Right.
But for 4-year whiskey, it's really solid.
And your package stores, you're going to buy that for about $35.
$35. Do y'all have a cask strength version of this?
Yeah, we do limited releases. It doesn't go through the distributor, but if you come to the distillery, like our last one was 115.7.
Awesome, man. I appreciate the
I
bottle.
appreciate your feedback. Yeah.
Eric?
I'm a Patreon.
Nice, man. It's nice to meet you.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Go for it. What you got?
2 years ago, you said you started your YouTube channel.
Yep.
And now you're buying a brewery.
A distillery, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever think in 2 years you'll go from doing YouTube videos to actually owning?
It's a great question, and absolutely not. This is the craziest timeline we live on, man. It's been fantastic. It's been great. We far exceeded our expectations on what we thought we could
I was gonna
accomplish.
say within 2 years, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And you
But that's a credit. That's a credit to y'all that watch the channel. We're gonna go around. We're gonna check out the festival here, some of the tents, try some of the things they've got for us to sample on. Y'all know how much I like this right here. The ones that I've been loving of these, they had a 4-year, they had a 5-year, and now this one is a 6-year-old product right there. They need to make that 6 years bigger.
Single barrel
Single barrel Tennessee
of the Tennessee whiskey available that was picked last week
Okay, that's the single barrel they have here.
for this store that will be delivered in 8 weeks.
Cool. I'll get a sample of that here shortly, yeah. All right, Old Dominic, 6-year-old. My goodness, that just keeps getting better. Keeps getting better. I'll have to blind them. I think I've got a bottle of that coming. I think it's the 6-year I've got coming. And I will have to blind that against the 117 proof that I love so much, because I think that one has a little better mouthfeel, a little better viscosity, just overall a better total package than the 117. And man, I love that 117. Have you had this Old Dominic stuff?
No, I have not.
I want you to try that Red Label 6-year-old cask strength, and I want you to give me a truthful opinion, like no smoke. All right? If it's awful, say it's awful. If it's great, say it's great. Like, give me a truthful opinion on that cask strength right there.
To buy it, and it kind of continues on, but it's not like astringent or anything. It's good. It's good.
1 out of 10, what are you thinking?
8.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take that. What else is an 8 that you've had?
Probably Woodford Double Oak.
Okay.
If I'm gonna go 9 or 10, I'm gonna go to like Knob Creek. Knob Creek 9 looks really good. Like these Blue Note, unfiltered, uncut. It's always the best.
Those are great. And the cool thing is these are about to compete with that price-wise. $50 for that Old Dominic High Rise. That's what I love about it. Like the price coming down on it makes me even higher on it, because I really like that bottle at $60, $70, to be honest with you. But at $50, it's not fair at $50 because there's not a lot of producers, small producers in particular, that can put out a cask strength bottle that good, 6 years old, for $50. All right, we've got Deep Eddy vodka. Let's try some vodka. I don't think I've ever had a Deep Eddy vodka. Give me one sample of the best thing.
Peach tea.
Okay, that sounds like it probably would be. I mean, vodka doesn't have a ton of flavor, so if you put it in something with good flavors, it usually does okay. That's definitely nice today, for sure, yeah. That fits the mood. That fits the mood, for sure, yeah.
We left Kentucky, and it was like nonstop for you. It was like bang, bang,
I think I've had like 4 weeks at home since then, yeah. And that's been, what, 12 weeks ago? You want to try some samples? What have we got over here? Vodka seltzer? I mean, let's try it all. They're here. So this is more of a alcohol festival, not exactly a whiskey festival. They've invited all sorts of stuff. Got some Espy House rocking over here. Which one's the best one?
The barrel strength, I believe, is the 120.8 barrel. It's all single barrel, so you'll see different places, different ABVs. Smooth for 120.8. I would go that route. If you're into weeded, the weeded is great too.
Where does the weeded come from?
Green River. And that's going to be a 70-21-9 blend and a 5-year-old bottled at 96.
What's the proof on the weeded?
96.
All right, let me try the weeded and the one you said was really good, and the weeded. So George Washington had nothing to do with the manufacture of this particular barrel.
Nah, it tells a good it tells a good story though.
It is not filtered through wooden teeth.
No.
Okay.
No.
Fans around our neck.
This is the non-weeded.
So I saw it was a couple like a week ago, right? It was in
That's nice.
October, early November. Okay.
I like these. These are pretty good. So the blue label's MGP?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So Green River weed, hard to go wrong with that. $50, I think he said that was going to be. $100 for the MGP. I liked it. It was good whiskey. $100, tough price point for that one though. How are you?
Doing well, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm trying some whiskey. What have you got?
Whiskey, sir.
What's the best thing you've got here?
It depends on the application, and it depends on your flavor profile.
Okay. Probably more domestic.
So this is J.W. Kelly. Have you heard of it before?
I have not.
It's a 150-year-old name. It first emerged as the Deep Spring Distillery, founded by the gentleman whose name is on the bottle, J.W. Kelly. He was an Irishman, but we'll forgive him for that. Came over to America as a young man, and then during the Civil War, he sold wine and whiskey to both sides. After the war, he found himself in Nashville, and then went to Chattanooga. I think it was to collect a debt. But when he arrived in Chattanooga, it was 1865. It was a tent city. Sherman's March to the Sea had absolutely desolated the place. So he decided, he fell back on what he knew best, and he started building the Deep Spring Distillery. They ran as the J.W. Kelly Whiskey Company out of the Deep Spring Distillery. They also did tobacco and wholesale groceries and all that kind of thing. Until about 1915, 16, 17, when Tennessee state prohibition wiped everything out. 100 years later, in 1917, Ed Cole, who is just an eminent Scotch whiskey expert. He's a keeper of the Quake. He's also a member of the Order of Musketeers for cognac. Brilliant mind. He resurrected the name J.W. Kelly. He also resurrected the mash bills, the history, and more importantly, the names on the bottles. In this case, the bourbon that you've got in your hands is going to be 75% corn, 20% malted rye, 5% malted barley. Double copper pot distilled, aged in wood, minimum 4 years, and bottled at 94 proof.
So malted rye, as well as malted barley.
It's delicious.
It's not to my taste, but the malted rye works. The malted rye works a lot better than I thought it would, though. But I'm not a high malt guy typically.
I am.
But it is better. It is better than I thought it would be, for sure.
If you like malted rye, I encourage you to try the Golden Age.
Oh yeah.
This is an 80% rye mash bill. 15% of that rye is going to be malted.
Go ahead and let me try one as well.
Absolutely.
Not to make the math, but is 15% of the overall?
80%, yes.
Or
So 65 rye, 15 malted rye.
Okay, because 15. You said 15% of the 80%. Which would actually be more like 12% of the.
Nobody ever accused me of being good at math.
Okay, I was trying to make sure we had the math down. Okay. I like that better than the other one. Like that works better than, like it's not competing. Like the malted rye just kind of comes through. Like that's really nice.
And it's none of the rye spice that you would expect.
No.
It's mint, dill, a little bit of coriander, a touch of almost kind of. What's that other one that I love to spout round? There's another herb in there that just makes everything sing. And then it's red fruit and a beautiful cinnamon vanilla finish. I absolutely love it.
It must have not been the malted rye I didn't like on that other one. Must have been something else. Because this one.
What does that go for? $27 on these shelves.
$27?
For the rye, $30 for the bourbon. We experienced a wee price increase that actually brings the rye up to the same level as the bourbon.
Oh, my God.
But they're both going to be between $30 and $35 SRP.
Jesus, $30 now? That's ridiculous.
Well, if you'd like to try some of the more expensive stuff, we do have the rest of the lineup.
Give me the thing that you think is the best. Just one more thing.
This is a sweet rye. 65
Well, that's
rye.
probably going to be good. I thought you were going to hit me with a scotch.
Nah, 65 rye, 15 corn, 20 malted barley. Aged for 2 years in its initial whiteout caskings, and then switched for an additional 3 years to an Amarone cask from the Veneto region of Italy, which previously held its Amarone wine for about 15 years.
I thought he said Amberana for a second there, did you?
Amarone. People get the two confused. I'm like, no cinnamon toast crunch here, you know?
Good. Like that last one was just spot on.
Off the record.
We got some off-the-record business we got to take care of. I'll be right back. There was nothing off the record. I thought he was about to give me access to something or tell me something he couldn't say on camera. What he gave me was exceptional whiskey. Hold the bottle back up, man. Don't hide it now. He's just like, I didn't want to take up too much airtime, but that's the one right there. What's the price on that bottle?
This SRP is anywhere from 40 to 45.
Yeah, that's the one. It's kind of an in-between flavor-wise.
So it's going to be the same mash bill as that Amarone finished one, 65 rye, 15 corn, 20 malted barley. It's just single cask, so there's no finishing and bottle at cask strength, 115.52 proof.
That's beautiful. You give me your honest review.
I'll give you your honest review.
Okay. Do you like ryes?
Yes. Smells like a rye.
It's a good-looking hat you got on.
Oh, thank you.
Exactly.
That's so good.
He was hiding the good stuff in the back, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
What hurts more, paying secondary or losing to Georgia in football?
Well, seeing how, unlike some people, I don't have that much of my self-worth tied up into what my football team does, you know? Like, I got a lot of other things going on. So, probably losing to Georgia football.
I deserve that.
Probably still lose. I'll pay secondary if we can win a few more games, okay? If those secondary prices are going to our NIL collective and we can, make a little upgrade at the quarterback position, Hank seems to be doing okay. But, if we can get some 5 stars in there just to make sure, I'll pay secondary prices.
I just want to come up and poke you.
Yeah, you ain't bother me, man. We're Auburn fans. We gotta detach a little bit. We can't be too tied up in it. Because we're used to the roller coaster. Georgia used to be on that roller coaster, now it's like, y'all got that consistency.
I grew up and went to UGA during the Mark Richt era, so I'm used to it.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We just can't seem to break out of it, but maybe. Our recruiting classes look like we might. Can I try that Oktoberfest?
You may. Martin style, Oktoberfest style.
Yes.
Good answer. I'll start you with the Martin.
Okay.
A little bit lighter.
Thank you. It's a good looking color. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
This is fall, our true seasonal Oktoberfest fest beer.
I'm going to be honest. Anything cold today is going to get like a 5-point bump. And these are cold. I think I like that second one a little better. The toastiness comes through on it. Yeah. Go with this one if you have a choice. That was my winner anyway. Although, still a really good option.
It's a win-win.
Love your stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What's your name?
John.
John, TJ. Nice to meet you, John. You found anything really interesting here so far?
I just got here, so I just tried the Pursuit Double Oak. That was good.
Oh, the Pursuit Double Oak. I haven't made it. I was headed that way. I didn't even know they were here. This is the Double Oak that's in the market here. No distillery, only Double Oaks I keep going for. I've tried a few different Double Oaks from Pursuit. That bottle is probably the best one I've had that wasn't the distillery only Double Oak. Sean, nice to meet you, Sean. TJ.
TJ, nice to meet you. I watch you all the time. Man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming out, man. It's a fun time.
I need your help.
Okay, what do you need?
I don't know what to drink with bourbon. I bought Woodford Reserve.
Okay.
And it seems kind of harsh.
Okay, so Woodford is harsh. Yeah. All right, he's got a challenge for me here because if Woodford, which Woodford did you get?
Kentucky Straight.
Okay, so not the Double Oaked. What proof was it?
I don't know.
Don't know, but I'm assuming 90 proof probably.
I think it's 90, yeah.
Okay, so we got a mission. Come on, we're gonna go on a mission here. We're gonna try that Old Dominick Tennessee whiskey right there, the white label. They're lower proof Tennessee whiskey. So you know anything about Tennessee whiskey?
Not much.
It is a bourbon that went through charcoal. Now Old Dominick runs it through about 8 inches of charcoal. They barely charcoal filtered. But that filtering will take out some of the fats and oils and make it a little smoother and a little easier to go down. Woodford is not something most people would consider harsh, per se. So I'm trying to We're going to stick to some low-proof stuff and see what you think.
For starting,
I mean, it's not a bad one for starting. That's usually pretty good. Now, Woodford cooks a lot of their flavors out of theirs. They distill it pretty high proof, goes in the barrel pretty high proof. So a lot of the flavors are barrel impact on them. Better than Woodford?
Better than Woodford. Still burns, but I got to get used to that.
So one of the things I do is when I go to swallow, push the front of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and that'll kind of have the whiskey, it hits the back of your throat a little different, and it skips a lot of those pain receptors.
It's smoother.
Yeah, that goes down super easy.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's got a good finish.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? See, we figured it. We cracked that nut already. That was quick. This is their high rye bourbon. It was not filtered through charcoal.
I might like that a little better.
Okay, so you like the rye spice. So you're getting a little more flavor on it. There's a little more going on with that rye spice.
That one's pretty good. That one's got
All
a
right.
good. It's got a good taste.
Dude, we already nailed this. On this table, this is my favorite, but you're going to feel the burn because it's 123 proof, I think it is.
Should we try it? Let's try it.
Okay.
It smells good, too.
Oh, it's delicious, but you got to be able to handle the heat.
It's better than Woodford.
Yeah.
I mean, there's heat, but it's not as bad as Woodford. Woodford was, to me, was hot.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm glad we could solve that problem. So you just got to try more things. That's all it boils down
Get
to.
out there and try more.
Yep.
You're right. I just bought it 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've been sipping it, but I'm like, man, there's got to be something better.
There are other options. You get to decide whether or not they're better, but there are other options.
Old Forester, is that good?
I like the Old Forester stuff. I mean, so like the 10, I think is the double oaked. That might not be for you. Like some folks are gonna like that, some folks don't. I would say if you're just starting, get an 86 proof Old Forester. Start there and then work your way up. Like 1920 is gonna be the high proof, one of my faves, but just good old 86 proof. And then, try to find a 100 proof single barrel if you can. But those are, just easier to get into if you're just starting.
And I'm Cole.
TJ.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Big fan.
Yeah. Anything you found here really good?
I finally got to try the Pursuits Double Oaked. That was
That's not the distillery double oaked, but outside of the distillery double oaked, the one they have here, it's the second best compared to the 2 distillery batches I've tried.
finally got to try the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass. I tried the wheat.
The wheat one is the best. I'm trying to remember. I've got all 3. I'm pretty sure the wheated was the one that I liked the most out of those.
That was my favorite. Was the wheated.
I know I've said this already, but the heat is wreaking havoc on our equipment here. Some sudden shutdowns due to the temperature. This camera, not good in a parking lot in direct 100-degree heat. But we will continue to try to film as much as we can until this thing shuts down again. Had a lot of great whiskey. Don't even remember exactly where this thing was when it decided to quit filming, but I'm going to check out the silent auctions. They've got an area in here. They've got a lot of cool stuff, some really high-end bottles, a William LaRue Weller in there, and I'm going to go see what the bid's up to on those bottles. Lots of cool stuff, bicycles, guitars, big humidor cabinet here. A cool little grill right here. Somebody's at 200 for this little Komodo Joe. You could cook like 2 hamburgers at a time right there. Let's see what these fancy bottles are going for here. The George T. Stagg in there is at 500. Sazerac 18 is at 500. The Handy is at 375. William LaRue is at $1,000 right now, and Eagle Rare 17 is at $1,000. The Pappy 15 is only at $900. The full set of Wellers here, $850. So secondary price-wise, if you're looking at it from that perspective, still some good deals to be had in there. From an MSRP standpoint, not so much, but I think all of those go to charity. I don't know. Maybe they do. I should get some clarification on that.
It's called the Treehouse. It's local inside Winder, and they are usually a community nonprofit organization who has like support systems for children, families, women, children, families who are usually abused or raped. That's their main focus, and they provide therapists and like other support things to help those families who are affected in that way. This year, they were directly associated with the tragedy that happened at one of the really close high schools to us, and they're helping those students, teachers, and families who are affected in that way. And so all the bidding and donations that we get here today is going to the Treehouse, which will then be further donated for those support lines for therapists or financial help to the students, teachers, and families that were affected by the Appalachia High School tragedy.
Because I know a lot of y'all don't like secondary prices. But if it's secondary, but a great cause, does that absolve me of my sins there? All right, now we've got through that auction, took a few photos, signed a few bottles. We're going to pick it back up here at the old Fourth Tents. Man, you got a fan? I see your shirt rustling in the wind.
Feels
over
good
here.
back now. I'm one of the few that prepared well for this event. And we're serving lawn dart cocktails, so we're keeping it light.
All right, let me try one.
You're the master bourbon picker and reviewer, but a little clear spirit's never hurt anybody.
I am more well-rounded than I get credit for. I do sniff my cocktails, though, for some reason. It's a bad habit. I've got to where I sniff my water now. My God, okay. What is that?
It's a John Daly lawn dart, which is a lemon ginger vodka, iced tea, and lemonade. It's easy.
That's fantastic.
I call it idiot proof because I need idiot proof. Yeah. On a hot day, it cooks.
What's the whiskey we're pouring here?
So we have our Old Fourth Bottled and Bond. So it's a 5-year-old product. We're about to age it with the tack strip. We're tasting our 10-year anniversary Old Fourth Bottled and Bond product. So this is coming out in about 2 weeks. 49 and 79 on those two. And we have our 100-proof rye. So 95.5, 3 to 5 years. It's a cocktail rye, $29.99.
Which one do you think's the best one out of those three?
The 10-year.
10-year. All right, pour me a sample of that if you would.
When we did the blend, we were going for that oaky finish. It's got some age on it, but it's that sweetness that everybody knows and loves.
That's nice. It's kind of hard to judge a bourbon out here today because it's so thin. Like the whiskey's so thin because it's just hot. That's nice though. That's a good bottle. I'll have to grab one of those for sure. What are you pouring over here?
I am pouring the double oak, which is actually a single barrel, but we'll have a blend coming out here in the next 45 days.
Okay.
You'll be there. And then our core 94 proof toasted barrel, and then our core 101 rye.
I mean, those two are fantastic. I've definitely had those. Let's try that double oak.
Certainly. 117 proof. It's 6.2 years old, Bardstown. And since I'm getting so old, I've asked Patrick and Clinton and all that to start putting the mash bill and age statement and where the barrels come
That's
from.
smart. Let's just be as transparent as we can. And
Exactly.
most of it is in a font I can read, so that's good.
Yes. This Four Roses.
That double oaked is good. It's a little different than any double oaked I've ever had. It's a little more like a toasted double oak. Like it has a lot of those apricot notes you get on your toast.
Yeah, 7 months. Yeah, 7 months, and we toast the heads as well.
All right, we got the Four Roses right here. This is the Brewzle collaboration. They did a great job on the sticker. Yeah, it's just as good as I remember it being. I love a good OESB.
Really nice and soft on the front end. A little spiciness on the back end, but it like actually dissipates to like a really nice, smooth, just finish.
It goes down so easy. What's the proof on that?
124.
Oh, it drinks dangerous for a 124.
A lot of Four Roses, this is probably the best one I've tried. Hands down.
I would think so.
Hands down. Normally when I get a barrel select, I give it to my sister if I don't like it. This is the first one I'm keeping for myself.
I'm glad they went with this one because I really wanted the weird funky one. I mean, it wasn't really funky. It was like a weird, soft oak. It was very unusual for Four Roses. I really want that one just because it's so different, but this one is everything you would want out of an OESB.
It really is, and the bottle's beautiful too. Check that.
Absolutely. What are you doing?
Tasting the double oaked and the 10-year over here.
You passed off your responsibilities at the merch tent to
No,
somebody else?
she told me to come up here and try it.
Which one's good? What's the best thing?
I think the 10 years.
10 years.
Well, I mean, it's hard to beat a 10-year. Is that y'all's distillate?
It's not. It is an MGP product.
But 10-year-old MGP can be pretty freaking tasty.
So it stayed up in Indiana for about 3 years, and it came down here to Cumming, Georgia for the last 6.5, 7. This is the barrel pick we did with Turtle Creek.
Okay, so this is their single barrel.
Yep, this one as well as their 7-year.
Sorry, nope, I didn't want to.
Thank you, bud. Absolutely. They're a 7-year double oak. So we did 2 barrels with them, and this is the release party, I suppose.
So let's give that 10-year a try. Let's jump right into the good.
So this 10 year is going to rock a bit of a unique mash bill at 98% corn, 2% barley.
Oh wow, okay.
130.6 proof.
Dude, it's like a blueberry muffin. I don't know if that's the heat or like just a warm day. So all the whiskeys, like, if you ever warm your whiskey up, put it in a warm glass. Sometimes it just gets a lot lighter, and it's you lose a little of the viscosity. But right now in this heat, it gives me like blueberry notes almost. I got to get a bottle of that. Honestly, that might be one of the better bottles of MGP I've ever had. That's a double oaked. Let's try that one. It's just really hard to judge whiskey when it's warm. It's really hard. It's good, but there's some things in there, and I can't tell if those things are going to get better or worse. There's absolutely no way that 10 year is going to be as good as it is right now to me in this heat. But it could be a lot worse and still be really, really good. I'm going to have to get a bottle of that and try it on a live stream. So We're going to see if we can't slip one of those out for sure.
This is our 100 proof wheat. It won't be released for another 2 months, but I brought a couple bottles out here just to get some public opinion. From there, 120.2 proof single barrel, my 100 proof at 5.5 years old, 87 proof at 4 years, and then I have my 88 proof gin and 80 proof vodka.
All right, let's try the wheated and the single barrel. That wheater's good. It's prototypical wheater. You know, got a little bit of wheated funk, but it's really soft, super sweet. This is your single barrel? That's nice. Who makes that?
That is also an MGP.
What's the mash bill on that?
It says 75-21-4.
Okay, yeah, that's one of my favorite mash bills, yeah. Like, I am a fan of marketing, okay? I like marketing. I'm a marketing guy. I like marketing. I study marketing. I enjoy good marketing. I enjoy bad marketing. This bottle right here looks very well thought out and put together and fancy and thrown together at the same time. And that's my favorite type of bottle, because it's like, it's good enough, we don't need too much fancy stuff. At the same time, it's fancy. I can't read what it says, it's too fancy a writing. So it's like, you don't even need to know what it is, just look at it. But it's very well put together. You also pouring a little High West over here? Which one do you think's the best one?
Rendezvous, for sure.
Rendezvous, that's the rye.
Yeah, it's the first one they ever released. It's also the base for Midwinter's Night Dram.
Like, that's good, but you gotta like rye.
Yeah, so it's a blend of two, because it's actually an older version of the double rye, but it's a blend of their own distillate, which is 20% of corn, and then 65% rye, and then malted barley. And then they also do an MGP distillate, which is the 4-year, and that's gonna be 95 and 5.
It's wrapping up. We're getting toward the end of the Turtle Creek Festival here. We're gonna check on the bidding here in just a second. Mike here came, and he gave me a bottle of this Four Roses pick. One of my absolute favorites. Is this your dad over here?
Yes, sir, it is.
But you had things to say about this pick. What'd you have to say?
I thought it had too much rye. Okay. I don't like bourbon that's more than 18% rye. It's smooth, but too much rye for me.
But not for you.
Not for me.
That's what's great about whiskey, though, is that everybody has different palates. Everybody loves different things, which means there's something for everybody. And right now, this right here is for me, and it's not for Mike's dad. Technically, we've got about 37 minutes before bidding ends, but most folks have left. So the bidding is pretty much over unless somebody's sitting here watching something. So we're gonna go in here and check out the things that we were interested in. The George T. Stagg appears to be at $600. Sazerac 18 is $650. Thomas Handy is at $400. William LaRue is at $1,200. Eagle Rare 17 is at $1,000. And the Van Winkle 15 is still at $920. Blanton's Gold is $169. And the Weller set is at $1,000 for all of those Wellers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I mean, was that $155 a piece for those? That one for $155. No, too much. Okay, I'd do that. Everything seems to be below secondary on these right now, even at the end of this auction. Is it worth $950, especially if that goes to a good cause and it's a tax write-off? I think I'm going to pass on all of those bottles, even though secondary price-wise, pretty good discount. But spending a lot of money lately just trying to make this distillery dream happen. You can buy those, make some money on them. But I'd rather somebody get them for a good deal, crack them open and enjoy them. So I'm gonna leave them there. I'm gonna let somebody get that Van Winkle for $900-ish. But we had a great time here at Turtle Creek. Always fun hanging out with great folks. Met a lot of cool people here. Got some cool bottles of whiskey. Man, I'm tired. It's been hot. It's been a long day. Appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. But we'll see y'all in the next one.